Good morning, everybody. Happy to see you. Well, so the first thing I have to do, I'm happy at one hand that we're already reading for the 34th week, but we're only, whatever, 17 people reading. So maybe Les Misérables are in danger. So please let me know. What can I do to make it a bit nicer to you? Do you want to read more? Do you want to read less? So please let me know, because I really would like to go on in this book, one of the greatest book in literature. So we are still in the discussion between Monsieur le Maire, so the mayor, and Javert, okay? So he says, I think it is Javert who says, "Pardon, Monsieur le Maire," dit-il. So, excuse me, Mr. Mayor, he said. Qu'est-ce encore? Demanda Monsieur Madeleine. What is it again? Because he wants to dismiss him, he wants to continue, I think, working. But so he asked, what is it again? Asked Mr. Madeleine. Monsieur le Maire, il me reste une chose à vous rappeler. So, Mr. Mayor, il me reste, there is left, one thing to you to be reminded. I want to remind you of one thing. Laquelle? Which one? C'est que je dois être destitué. So it is that I have to be, maybe, no, I don't think destituted. You would say dismissed or maybe impeached, but maybe here it's better. I should be dismissed. He thinks he should lose his job. Mr. Madeleine se leva. So he stood up, Mr. Madeleine. Javert, vous êtes un homme d'honneur et je vous estime. So Javert, you are a man of honor and I estimate you, maybe I respect you. Vous exagérez votre faute. So you exaggerate to yourself your mistake. Ceci d'ailleurs est encore une offense qui me concerne. So this, the mistake, by the way, is still an offense which concerns me, meaning which I can decide about. I decide who should be dismissed and who shouldn't. So it's not up to you. That's what Mr. Madeleine is saying. Javert, vous êtes digne de monter et non de descendre. So, Javert, you are digne, I think, worthy of going up and not of going down. Okay, I hope you understand. Otherwise, ask questions. J'entends que vous gardiez votre place. Yes, entendre normally means to hear, but it could be sometimes to understand. So, I understand. I say that you keep your place, your job. So he wants him to keep his job. Okay, now we have a second part. Dans l'après-midi, qui suivit la visite de Javert, Monsieur Madeleine allait voir la Fantine comme d'habitude. So in the afternoon, which followed the visit of Javert, Mr. Madeleine went to see Fantine as usual. So apparently he goes to see her very regularly. Fantine attendait chaque jour l'apparition de Monsieur Madeleine comme on attend un rayon de chaleur et de joie. So Fantine was waiting every day for the appearing of Mr. Madeleine, as one is waiting for a ray of warmth and joy. So apparently she loves it and she's really waiting for him. Elle disait aux sœurs. She said to the sisters. Now the sisters here are the nuns. Nuns taking care of her because, she's quite ill. So she said to the nuns, je ne vis que lorsque Monsieur le Maire est là. So, vie is coming from the verb vivre. Passé simple, you don't have to use it when you speak French. It's only in literature used nowadays. So, I live only, and the only is ne que. I live only when Mr. Mayor is there. So that's the only time she's really living, she says. Elle avait ce jour-là beaucoup de fièvre. She had that day a lot of fever, high fever. Dès qu'elle vit Monsieur Madeleine, elle lui demanda. As soon as she saw Mr. Madeleine, she asked him, Et Cosette? And Cosette, so Cosette, you know, it's her daughter living with those innkeepers who are not very nice to her. Hope you remember that. Il répondit en souriant. He answered while smiling, Bientôt, soon. Mr. Madeleine fut avec Fantine comme à l'ordinaire. So Mr. Madeleine was, this is coming from the verb to be, être, isn't it? So he was with Fantine as à l'ordinaire means like usually, like on ordinary days. He was with her like usually. Seulement, il resta 1 heure au lieu d'une demi-heure au grand contentement de Fantine. So only he stayed 1 hour instead of half an hour to the great happiness, maybe, of Fantine. Yeah, je suis contente means I'm happy, I'm satisfied. Maybe more, it's rather satisfaction, to the great satisfaction of Fantine. Il fit 1000 instances à tout le monde pour que rien ne manquât à la malade. So he made 1,000 comments to everybody pour que, so that, in order to, but here maybe so that nothing ne manqua, was lacking to the sick one. So so that she had everything. Nothing was lacking to her. She had all the good food. She had all the good services, everything. On remarqua qu'il y eut un moment où son visage devint très sombre. One noticed that there was a moment where, and you see here in French you say a moment where and not the moment when, a moment where his face became very dark. Mais cela s'expliqua quand on sut que le médecin s'était penché à son oreille et lui avait dit « But that can be explained ». Yes, it's true that in French, the reflexive verbs, here we have s'expliquer, is sometimes translated in English by a passive construction. So, can be explained. So that can be explained when one knows, when you know, that the doctor had bent to his ear and had said to him, Elle baisse beaucoup. She's going down a lot. She's getting worse. The situation is getting worse. Puis, il rentra à la mairie et le garçon de bureau le vit examiner avec attention une carte routière de France qui était suspendue dans son cabinet. Then, he went back to the city hall and the office boy saw him examine with attention, with great attention, yes, a map, a road map of France, which was suspended, but here hanging in his office, in his cabinet, but here meaning in his office. Il écrivait quelques chiffres au crayon sur un papier. So he wrote a few numbers, ciphers, but numbers, in pencil on a paper. So that's the first page, and then we're going to the second page. Let's see, the second page should be here, and it's page 86. So, Mr. Madeleine a fait l'acquisition d'un cheval robuste pour se rendre rapidement à Arras. So, Mr. Madeleine has made the acquisition. I think that we could translate by he purchased a horse, a robust horse, a strong horse. To se rendre is like to go to or to get to rapidly, so fast, to Arras. Arras, isn't that where the prison was? À son retour chez lui, cette domestique s'inquiète de sa mine soucieuse. So, at his return, at his place, chez lui, his domestics or his servants s'inquiètent, are worried of his worrying look. Mean, it's like the whole look of your face. So he looks worried. Au cœur de la nuit, sa chambre est encore éclairée. So in the heart of the night, in the middle of the night, his room is still lit. There's still light there. OK. Le lecteur a sans doute deviné que Monsieur Madeleine n'est autre que Jean Valjean. This is a very important sentence, and yes, we knew. So, the reader has, without doubt, guessed that Mr. Madeleine isn't other than Jean Valjean. We guessed that, didn't we? Nous avons déjà regardé dans les profondeurs de cette conscience. So we have already looked in the profoundness, but maybe the depths of his conscience. We looked already into his conscience, but le moment est venu d'y regarder encore. The moment has come de regarder, to look there, and the there is in this little word I, to look there again. So we're going to look again in the conscience of Jean Valjean or Mr. Madeleine, who are the same person. Où en suis-je? Where am I? But if you say where am I, literally, then you would say où suis-je? Why do we add the en? Meaning that where am I in my life, or where am I in this situation? Okay? Est-ce que je ne rêve pas? Am I not dreaming? Hein, rêver is dream. Am I not dreaming? Que m'a-t-on dit? What has one said to me? What have they said to me? But I think here it's rather Javert. Est-il bien vrai que j'ai vu ce Javert et qu'il m'ait parlé ainsi? So is it well true that I have seen this Javert and that he has talked to me like that? Que peut être ce Champmathieu? What can be this person, Champmathieu? Hein? This is the man they think who is Jean Valjean. Il me ressemble donc. So he looks like me. Hein? Ressembler, to look like. Est-ce possible? Is it possible? Quand je pense qu'hier, j'étais si tranquille et si loin de me douter de rien. When I think that yesterday I was so calm and so far from, well, really it says doubting myself of nothing. Doubting of nothing, I think in English we'd rather say, I didn't doubt, I didn't have any clue. He didn't know anything. Qu'est-ce que je faisais donc hier à pareille heure? So what did I do? Donc, hein? Donc means so. It's always in the beginning of the sentence in French. So what did I do yesterday at the same hour? Qu'y a-t-il dans cet incident? What is there in this incident? Comment se dénouera-t-il? So, how will it se dénouer? Nouer comes from like nœud, a knot. So, unknot, how will it unknot? But maybe unravel. How will it all unravel? Que faire? What to do? What can I do? Voilà dans quelle tourmente il était. Voilà means, well, there it is, in which torment he was. Huh? He was like really, having all this in his mind. Like a chaos in his mind. Son cerveau avait perdu la force de retenir ses idées. So his brain had lost the strength to retain, to hold back his ideas. His brain couldn't hold his ideas anymore. Elles passaient comme des ondes. So elles, meaning the ideas, it's feminine, passing in his head, in his brain, like waves, ondes. Et il prenait son front dans ses deux mains pour les arrêter. So, and he took his forehead in his two hands to stop them. There's too many ideas going back and forth in his head, in his brain. De ce tumulte qui bouleversait sa volonté et sa raison, et dont il cherchait à tirer une évidence, une résolution, rien ne se dégageait que l'angoisse. L'angoisse, sorry. From this chaos, which turned upside down, bouleversé is turning upside down, his will and his raison, it's his reasoning. It's not really his reason, but the possibility to reason. So his will and the possibility to reason were upside down, and from which he was trying to pull a evidence, something evidence or a solution. So from this chaos, he tried to get or to pull something reasonable. Rien, nothing came out but angoisse is anxiety. So he could get nothing out of it. Nothing was like dégagé, to disengage or to break free from his brain, but only anxiety. Good. Sa tête était brûlante. His head was burning. Il alla à la fenêtre et l'ouvrit toute grande. So he went to the window and opened it. Toute grande means completely. Il n'y avait pas d'étoiles au ciel. There were no stars in the sky. Il revint s'asseoir près de la table. So he came back to sit down at the table. La première heure s'écoula ainsi. So the first hour, s'écouler means to flow by, to go by, to pass. So the first hour passed like that, or went by maybe, yes. The first hour went by like that. Peu à peu, cependant, des linéaments vagues commencèrent à se former et à se fixer dans sa méditation. So bit by bit, slowly, in the meantime, the outlines, vague outlines, started to se former, to get shape, to shape, maybe to shape, and to get fixed in his meditation. So bit by bit, he's starting to see the outlines, maybe of a solution or of having clearer ideas. Et il put entrevoir avec la précision de la réalité, non l'ensemble de la situation, mais quelques détails. So, and he could entrevoir is like glimpse, see a little bit, with the precision of reality, not l'ensemble, the totality of the situation, but a few details. So he's starting to see a few details. Il commença par reconnaître que, si extraordinaire et si critique que fût cette situation, il en était tout à fait le maître. So he started by recognizing that as extraordinary and as critical this situation was, he was totally master of it. So he had it under control. He was master of the situation. Sa stupeur ne fit que s'en accroître. So his amazement ne fit que, only made s'en accroître, only became bigger. Accroître, it's like grow or to increase. So he was more and more amazed. We have finished 2 pages, and I really hope we will be at least 10 next week, but I'm counting on you, and I hope you really will be there. Please tell me if I can do something to make you all reading this wonderful, marvelous book. See you next week, I hope.